Hello family, and thanks for stopping by. Today on the menu I have spice rum sweet potato pie. And here are the ingredients for the filling. I have 2 sweet potatoes, a half a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, a tablespoon of spiced rum, 2 eggs, and 1/4 cup of flour. 2 tablespoons of butter. And here's what we'll do next. We placed our sweet potatoes into a pan and we're going to let them boil until tender. You can test it with a fork. If the fork slides through easily, then you'll know they're ready. While the potatoes are boiling, here are the ingredients for the crust. And that's a half a cup of butter, which is a whole stick, a half a cup of sugar, and we'll need 20 graham crackers. We're going to melt the butter and then we'll put it together. I put my crackers in the processor and we're going to process them. But you can put them in a freezer bag and you can beat them with a can. You can use the bottom of your glass, or you can roll them with a rolling pin, or however, just as long as you crush them. Okay, I've crushed my graham crackers. I'm going to add the sugar. The half a cup of sugar, and I'm going to add my butter. Gonna get this mixed up. Make sure that it's mixed well and that all your crackers are moistened with butter. Moistened. And we're going to pour it into the dish. I began pressing it in. You want to press it in. You want your sides to be high. Just kind of take your fingers around the side like that. And then you can take a glass, trying to make sure it's not so thick in some areas. You can take your glass, press it down, and then I'm going to put it in the oven, which I have preheating at 350, and I'm going to bake it for 10 minutes, and 10 minutes only. Then I'm going to take it out and set it aside, and the sweet potato should be about done by now. I'm going to check it. Then we can finish this pie up. I just wanted you to see the sides, because you're going to want the sides to be high. Our crust is baked. We're going to set it aside to cool. Our potatoes are done. See how the knife goes through? And we're going to peel them. They're pretty hot to handle, so you just have to take your time and do this. I'm going to go ahead and peel them and put them into the bowl. In this bowl we're going to add our sugar, vanilla, our spiced rum, salt, our 2 eggs, and our butter. We're going to whisk it together. Going to add this into our potatoes. Kind of whisk that down. We have our flour here. We're going to just kind of like stir that in. Get that mixed well. That about does that. Now our potatoes that we peeled, set that aside. Our potatoes that we peeled, you could use a potato masher, but I'm going to use my hand mixer. We're adding in our mixture. Smells delicious. And we're going to mix that together. I'm gonna get this all mixed up. Going to pour in our filling. And we're going to place it in the oven, which is at 350. And we're going to cook it for about 1 hour. I could have used bigger potatoes, but I was using some potatoes that I had used a day or so before, and I didn't want them to go to waste, so I decided to make this pie. Oops. And into the oven. Then I'll show you how to make the topping. And don't forget to set your timer. And here's our topping. We're going to add the 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And like I always say, I'm always tweaking a recipe. So I just decided to add a few walnuts, just a few walnuts in there with the brown sugar. And we'll mix that together. Maybe I'll add a few more, huh? And our honey. Oh, where's my spatula? Our honey and our spiced rum. We're going to mix together right quick. Get on in there. Get on down there. Because this is what we're going to pour over the top. My pecans are glazed. Delicious. They're kind of broken. I was hoping that most of them would be whole, but we'll work with them. Sprinkling this brown sugar and the walnuts over the top, and then oops, gee, I hate making a mess. It's more for me to clean up, but then we're going to drizzle